Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and it is Friday. So you're going to get your weekly Manhattan market update. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at supply. We came in at 69.42. It doesn't know which way to go. Show me that chart.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's looking a little confused. It's been down, it's been up, it's been down, and this week was down again slightly. Still under 7,000. But in general, the trend I would say is sort of sideways here.
Yeah, I mean, we fell a big bunch from October. We were at 9,600 in October. Let's not forget where we were, and now we're at 6,900. You would have expected a bounce, and we did not get it. And we're in active season. And again, it's a broken record, but that is a testament of demand. So let's shift over to the demand and pending sales. Is that higher, John? 4502. Are we keep going higher? I can't keep track anymore. Show me
That
that
is,
chart.
yes, you are not you're not losing it, Noah. We are going higher. That's another 4% higher from where we were last week, crossing 4,500. I mean, it is just on fire, and you'll see it again once we get to those weekly numbers. Just how much we've grown over the last week.
Yeah, it's just incredible. And if you take supply plus pending sales, you equal the market pulse. And this is your leverage barometer of the market. And I
Mhm.
mean, the numbers speak for themselves. This is just going up. We will show you a very interesting change in just a second in regards to that market pulse, which will allow me to pivot into our weeklies. John, let's go into our weeklies. I'm looking at 1 week supply came in at 492. Right when we're going up, we go back down. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 492. So it's down a little bit from last week. But listen, we're close to 500 there. I mean, last week was 558. This week, 492. So we are adding units to this market. There is supply coming in. It's just so much is going off that it almost just doesn't matter.
Exactly, and that's what's giving us a negative net outflow in inventory. And here are those numbers: contract signed 347. And again, before you show us that chart, anything over 300 is a strong market. Anything over 325 is a very strong market. Anything over 350 is gangbusters, and we're just hanging around that level. It's crazy. Show me that chart, John.
Yeah, I mean, 347 is another 2% higher than it was last week, almost 3% higher than it was last week. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 weeks or so above 300. And I would have to go back quite a while to figure out when the last time we had a week with over 300, with 347 or more contract signs. But it's been quite a while since we've had that many in a week.
It's quite a run. It's unbelievable. And this is why, this is what I was talking about, folks. Look at this. We are now, this is what the data is telling me. It is now a seller's market. It has been a straight up vertical journey from here since last year. And I mean, you bring contracts signed up this much, like you just explained, you're going to hit a seller's market. So this is just a ripe market for sellers to list into. And if something is not trading, I mean, you gotta figure out why something is not trading, John. If it's not trading, it's either a market problem, a product problem, or a price problem. And this is telling me it's not a market problem. So if you're not
Yeah.
trading, you got to look at that price, because if you're a seller, you want to sell in a seller's market. You don't want to sell in a buyer's market. That's usually how this works. Okay.
No, and I
All right.
and I think one of the things, no, I'd like to do is at some point, and I'll add this into our weekly reports, is I'm going to line up the weeks, the record breaking weeks for contract signs, and I guarantee we've had in the last 6 weeks, you probably had at least two of them in there. So it's been an amazing run for contract signs.
Yeah, we'll keep tabs on this and how long this continues until it doesn't anymore. All right, let's move on. All right, we're going to go to the extras. We're going to stay on UrbanDigs for the extras today, John. I want to share a trick. Okay, this is any broker that wants to keep their clients ahead of the curve and have a signal, a buy signal or a sell signal to convey to their clients when the markets may be muddy. Here's what you do. Okay, you're going to scroll down and you're going to use my monthly contract activity box right over here. Okay, you can hyper localize this if you want, but we're going to go to the whole market for this. Okay, and it's going to show you monthly contract activity going all the way back to 2012. Ton of data. And what you want to do is you want to click this button right over here that says switch to seasonal chart to simplify everything. All right. And what this is going to do, John, all right, bear with me while I explain to the viewers here. What this is going to do is this is going to show you all of the calendar months of the last year. Okay. Here we are right now in March. That's today. Here's COVID, right? Here's COVID last year, right? And what this is doing is if you look at the blue line, look at the blue line first. That is taking the 9-year average and showing you what we booked over the last 9 years for that particular month. So it gives you an average point to relate to as a benchmark. Okay. And then it's looking at the last 12 months of what we actually printed for that month. Now, here's where the signal comes in, because you're looking at demand. This is monthly contract activity, all right? What you're looking for in underperforming markets and bad markets, right? You're going to see the actual print go way low, way below what is seasonally average. You could see it right over here in April, May of June of last year. This was COVID. In hindsight, we could all now agree, oh my God, that was the time to buy. But let me show you how. The signal to buy is when the width, the depth of this spread, you can see how wide the spread is in these months. Once that starts to get narrow, and you can see it getting narrower and narrower and narrower, that is your buy signal. That is your signal that the market is starting to recover and normalize. And that is something that you may not see in the field. And again, that's July and August. That is your signal to buyers to get in before it changes. Now, if you look at what has happened over the last 12 months since, that spread has completely faded and is now reversing. And if you look at the spread reversing, it is getting wider and wider, okay? If this continues, like we're showing you, that spread is going to keep getting wider. That's going to turn into a sell signal. That's why the seller's market flag popped up on the market pulse. This is a signal. It's not necessarily telling you that prices are going. It's not that. It's liquidity in the market that's telling you the bids are there. It is a dynamic that is favoring sellers in terms of leverage and real-time bids. And as that spread gets wider and wider, it's a stronger signal to sellers that this is your market. And the way you interpret this is once this signal starts to narrow again and come down, that is when the brokers, this is the key critical takeaway, that is when the brokers have to tell their sellers, act now or you're going to miss it. Otherwise, you could sell into the strength and let the market get stronger and sell into it. But once that starts narrowing again, that is the seller's market starting to turn the other way. Hasn't happened yet. We're going to be on the lookout for it.
That's great stuff. No, that's just it's a great way to sort of look around the corner to get an idea of what the market's looking like right now from your perspective, either as a buyer or seller. It's a great arrow to have in your quiver.
Yeah, it's a weapon. It's a weapon. And most brokers are not aware of this or how to interpret it and use it. And once you understand that concept, it's a great tool to have. Keep track of it. Now, final thing, and we're going to let you guys go. I just want to point out, I'm very proud of this. John, I'm very proud of all the work you did for this and our team. We now have launched Brooklyn charts, okay? You could now take this right here in the overview section, change it to Brooklyn, and you will notice there are a lot more charts in the Brooklyn chart room that you could go into and hyper localize. All those reports we had from Manhattan are now there for Brooklyn. Please, please, please check it out. Let us know how it looks, how it feels. And I want to show you, John, look at the market pulse of Brooklyn. Look at the market pulse of Brooklyn. It has been in seller's market territory for pretty much the last 6 or 7 months. It's doing its own hybrid suburban urban thing. And again, now we have the tools to track this. And John, me and you are going to start doing Brooklyn weekly reports on Monday.
I can't wait. It's going to be, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and now we finally got, we got the tools, we got the talent.
We got the tools, we got the talent, and every Monday you're going to get a Brooklyn market report going forward. So check it out. Thank you, John Walkup. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We're both of UrbanDigs. Please do check out our forum. If you got questions, we got answers we will help you with. Other than that, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.